Hi guys, welcome back to another all-around Sorare podcast with myself, Sorare, SRLSSQ. Got myself Capital over there. We've got Jonesy over here somewhere in the corner. Hope you guys have enjoyed the content recently, and we're going to jump straight into the new Sorare roadmap. And I believe Capital has it loaded up here. So guys, can I get your thoughts, firstly, on Sorare removing fitness and club facilities on the platform and from future updates?
Good. I'm happy. It was such an unnecessary thing to put in. It was going to overcomplicate everything, and I'm glad it's been scrapped.
It depends. It all depends on if they make it 300 to hit cap or not, like they were going to do originally. If they make it 300 to hit cap, then we need the fitness bonus. If they don't, then keep it the same. It's all good with me. But yeah, if you bring in the 300 cap instead of it being 280, we might be struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, with that said, maybe they could. Maybe they can increase the captain bonus. Let's make it a little bit fairer. But yeah, I guess it's just all sort of trial and error from a Sorare point of view. I myself wasn't a big fan of. I think they said you had to pay to get your fitness back, and I think that was a bit of a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just everything I heard about it just didn't seem right. So I'm not. We'll go into it, I'm sure, later. But I mean, we discussed it on the other podcast that it's just so rare. It's just not very user friendly. So maybe adding something like that is just going to make it even more difficult for the new user. Yes, we would be able to pick it up easy enough, and the somewhat experienced user would. But somebody new, I'd be like, well, screw this. I'm not even going to bother learning this about fitnesses and having to buy fitness and facilities and upgrades. And oh god, it's already complicated enough for what it is.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really fair point. So, like you said, streamlining it slightly by removing that completely is a really good idea. We'll move swiftly on to the next section, which says this is a section about sustainability. And that brings me on to the new Premier League winter competition. What are your guys' thoughts?
Good for new users, piss poor for current users. It's really bad for us. It's really bad for us. We can't have to buy new season cards to play that. I mean, I get it for new users, but if they made it 2 new season cards and then the rest old season cards, it would have been probably a lot fairer than what they have done. Is it 4 new season cards?
I believe it is for limited, yes.
Yeah. That's too far, in my opinion. That's kind of messing over your current users. It's a good idea to promote, bring in new players.
I see why they do it. Yeah, it's that for exact reason of new players, though, isn't it? It's you having and also it'll probably be. I think I'm pretty sure it's in this article, but it's having multiple lineups as well that you can have as well. I think
you can have multiple lineups.
So
yes,
up to 3,
true.
I think it is, which again makes it even more difficult for something that's probably going to be already quite flooded. I would assume. I don't know if it's going to be as flooded as it would have been if you didn't need the 3 new season cards, but I'm against it and I'm for it. It's a weird one because I think for long term, even for us, for people probably not going to go into, I know LSU might, but I don't think I will, and I don't think Jonesy is.
No.
It's not worth our time, but I think in the future, if it brings a lot more people to the to the space, then it's only going to be positive. But I think initially it just feels like for me, it's a bit of FOMO, a bit of fear of missing out of this $500,000, prize and all these cards and whatever else. But realistically, I think unless you've been collecting the new cards from the get-go, it's not really worth it. Unless, again, you're a new user. But then I think you still need. If I had a solid lineup, right, like let's say an Aston Villa lineup, Watkins, etc. I still feel like I need some heavy bonuses on those guys, which means I need to collect more of those new season cards. So for me personally, having a small gallery, especially in comparison to you guys and the average experienced user, it's not worth it for me because I'd only be able to. I'd pretty much just buy 5 of them, and that's it, and then I'm done. I wouldn't want to build a collection just to get an extra bonus percentage or 2 for the pure sake, because I feel like you'll never get podium unless you have at least like a 9-10% bonus on each one. I just don't feel like it's plausible for me to hit even close to podium or top 100 or whatever it is for if without a decent bonus collection.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I respect both your opinions as well. It's an interesting one for me because I feel like we just got to monitor the amount of people that are actually going to participate in this. And if it comes around to it, and there's only, I said this on the stream recently, but if it gets to 5,000 people and less, I think that's a really decent chance of getting, because they pay up to 800 places.
Right.
Yeah.
But like you said, that it could be skewed with the sort of multiple lineups. Some people might have 3 Liverpool stacks, which is obviously going to be really hard to compete with. I'm personally going with Wolves. But if it's any higher than that, then maybe it is going to be really difficult. But it's just one of those we've got to monitor and see, how reasonable it is. Because if you bought a team for $50 or maybe $60, you only need to hit it about 7 times. And I think from something Nyla said over on Twitter, this potentially won't be the last one they do. So it might be one of those where that FOMO just might continue. And obviously from a Sorare perspective, it is something that they're doing to set up new users and current users reach into their pocket to go and spend on the market. And ultimately that helps Sorare long term. So I think it's the sustainability thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, those drawbacks you mentioned, Jonesy, about, and then Capsule, about you have to have 4 new cards. That is kind of a quite key to the old users a bit. Do you think 3 would have swung your mind, Jonesy, if it was just 3 new cards?
If you common counted as a new card as well, which I think it does, yeah, 3's probably fine because then you would actually have to buy 2 cards. So yeah, that'd have been fine. If they brought it down to 3 and said your common counts as 1, I think it's 1 common for limited, isn't it? You can have 1 common in there.
Yeah, that's right.
That, yeah.
Yeah, so it's 4.
I don't know if you've done it by 2.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. It'd be definitely more entries if it was 1 common allowed, and maybe more exciting if there's more entries, more competitive.
Yeah. Do you guys think, I haven't actually seen the comparison in regards to prizes and card rewards, but for a new user joining today, like is there a point of doing, would they rather just do Premier League semi-pro rather than doing this?
Yeah, I think you got a bigger chance of rewarding this because of the 800 prize pool instead of the 200-300 it is for Prem Pro. Prem Semi-Pro.
But then again, you only have to buy 1 card though, wouldn't you? And you, instead of having to spend your $50 across 4 players, you can spend it across the 1 or 2.
You would, but you can't win any money at all in Prem Pro, can you? It's only cards. And you've got to really finish near the top to win something worth more than like a $5.
Yeah, I think it's so where'd you go? So that natural progression, maybe, I think I agree with you, Michael, might still start with semi-pro. You get more cards and then you're ready to enter the Premier League winter competition.
Yeah.
Might be the way. Unless you just go all out and just buy a stack and enter it straight away. But then you kind of bypass that semi-pro, in my opinion.
Yeah, it might not be a bad shout to sort of go to semi-pro first, then into it, especially if you're on a small little budget. Because then, like you said, with the prices of new season cards as well being inflated, I think it's even more worthwhile than ever to jump in those sort of semi-pros. So yeah, it could well be, and they're probably going to do it for La Liga. They're probably going to do it for Serie A and Liga very soon. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a hard one.
No, you're absolutely right about those other big leagues. They've got some really big, obviously, deals with those leagues. There's no reason why they wouldn't. Premier League's obviously the biggest one, and to be honest, they needed to do something like this. It's such a big deal they've got going on with the Premier League. They've got to capitalise on it in some way like this. So I think from Sorare perspective, it's really decent. They just got to get the marketing push right, get those new users on board.
That's why I don't, like I said, it's a bit of FOMO for me. It's like I want to join, I want to just be able to buy the players and whatever, but at the same time, I've got to think realistically and think, for me to have a chance, I need to get someone, like you said, Wolves or something. Wolves can be a decent one, but then again, that have to be sort of a favourable lineup. But I think it's going to be dominant. I know, what is it, Cap 270 as well? I think it is. I don't think you can do.
Yeah.
So I guess you can't just have Man City or Arsenal or Liverpool or something like that. I don't know what their cap comes to, but yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I think that's a fair point. I think the new users, I think we spoke about this off stream, but I recommended a friend literally the other day, and he came on and I said, look, Premier League new competition starting, it's gonna be great. You need to go and pick up some limited players. And he was like, okay, yeah, great. But I still felt like I was having to sort of mentor him around the platform. He didn't really know what instant buy was. He couldn't really differentiate that from manager sales. And as a new user, he was kind of just, this all comes back to the tutorial thing that we spoke about in the first podcast. But it's important, if you're going to intend to bring on loads of new users for this new competition, they need to be able to navigate the platform themselves without someone recommending and sort of teaching them, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's like I said, we tend to make this a debate every week. It feels like about the simplicity of Sorare and the usability for new users. Like I said, for me in the prior, I think our first podcast is, I love football and all, all things football and whatever and sport in general. But when it comes to when I first started Sorare, it was just difficult to sort of maneuver myself around what is what, So yeah, but I do feel like something like this is massive. The Premier League, it shows a real willingness to change and to bring in new users and to change the market. Obviously the market being as low as it is at the moment, and cards seem to be just going down and down and down. I'm hoping this does bring new users. I think they need to do more in regards to the marketing, because not ever once have I heard of Sorare through YouTube ads, through TV commercials, even like if you think about like maybe radio or just TV breaks from a football ad, from when you're watching the Premier League. It'll cost a lot of money, of course, but then obviously you bring in a lot more users. So, and if they do that and simplify the ways to sort of make it easier for the new user, almost like a tutorial, a guide, at the very start of Sorare, then I can only see this going up, to be honest, and doing even better. So I think that's just the next bit I would change. If I could speak to Nilas now, I would say those exact things.
Yeah, I completely agree. Jonesy,
Get on the podcast.
Yeah. It's a call out.
Yeah, let's
No,
get
we'd love that, I'm sure. So that's the Premier League Wins competition. They're removing, just going through the post here, removing academy rewards. So no more cash in there to reallocate to the Premier League stuff.
I saw, just before we get off that bit, I have seen a couple of people complaining on Twitter or X about they bought legend cards for that very reason, to sort of bring in a sort of, I guess, almost like a passive income, because you can't really fail with a lineup of legends. And that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about is legends are pretty much useless, no? Now?
That's a really good point about legends. Just quickly, Capital, could you explain to users out there, including myself actually, what legends are in Sorare?
Well, legends are what they say they are. You got people like, the original Ronaldo. You've got things, I think, David Beckham, Cruyff, I believe, is another one. So you've got a bunch of these different little legends that are essentially they represent a club in today's game now. So let's say Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo. If you bought original Ronaldo, then I think it's the best attacking forward in the Real Madrid lineup in that particular week. So let's say it was spanned across who they got up front these days, striker wise.
Vinny, Rodrigo, Bellingham.
Yeah, I know they got Vinny and Rodrigo. Who's the striker? Borja or something like that.
Possibly.
So essentially, whoever does the best or has the best score out of those three players is what the legend receives. So essentially, you're almost like guaranteed a good score every week, essentially, especially if you've got top teams like it was Ajax at the time with Johan Cruyff, and you've got Real Madrid with obviously Ronaldo. So yeah, they are. So obviously what I'm saying is a lot of people used to put them in the Academy rewards because you can either do that or you put them in the Legends lineup, which is naff in regards to rewards. So people used to put them in the Academy just to almost get passive income, because you would have 4 or 5 Legends in a lineup and they would get you the highest scores possible, and in which case you're getting money every week essentially. So
Yeah.
I feel for people who do have legends because now the usability and the usage of them are pretty much pointless unless someone states otherwise. I don't know if they've got any more usability apart from the Legends lineup that you can do. So, but yeah, I'm sort of glad they've got rid of money and academy lineups. I thought it was a bit silly in the first place. I'd rather just have
I agree.
I think it's just a bonus. I just rather a bonus in bonuses rather than
Yeah.
money.
Jonesy, do you know much
They
about
replaced
the
with cards.
legends?
I've seen him about. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not the position. Like Capital said, I think it's anybody in the team. Whoever scores the highest in that team, the legend gets a score.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if it's attackers, if it's an attacker, or I think that's just where you can play them, where you can position them. But I didn't know about the academy getting rid of the money rewards. What they're
Yeah.
replacing it with.
They're removing it entirely. So it says here, I'll just read it out for the people listening. The current academy rules and prize pools were seen as a temporary solution while we were between plans for club facilities training and XP updates. As a result, we're removing cash rewards from the academy competition and will reallocate these cash rewards to events like the Premier League Winter Competition and future competition iterations.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. So you put an academy team in, you get nothing if you
Just,
finish.
I think it's just XP sort of training, yeah.
Well, that's what it should be, though, is it not? Because I think money beforehand only favoured the biggest galleries. You know,
Yeah,
and
man.
I don't want to shit on the people at the biggest galleries, but at the same time, like, it's you got to be friendly to the new people as well, and people with the smaller galleries. It can't always just favour the whales of the platform, you know. So
I think it was a bad use of their resource cash, if you like, bad resource
yeah,
there. Allocating towards a competition to bring new users is a brilliant idea, in my opinion. Restructuring that slightly is good. If you had to choose between that, I would choose the wins competition,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Well, no, I wouldn't actually choose the academies because I can't enter the winter competition because it's too expensive.
Ah, there we go. That's good.
Oh.
But everyone's everyone's gallery is different. That's what's beautiful about Sorare is we all prioritize things differently. So no, it's an interesting one, definitely. Whether they'll change academy, I don't know. The XP is quite complicated in terms of base and multipliers, etc., minutes played. So I haven't really done too much research on that. I just whack in players that are not in my priority lineups, and hopefully their XP will go up. Is basically how I see it. Okay, so that's academy. They're making some updates to amateur, kickoff, and specialist prize pools.
yep.
From what I can see, I think it's a reduction. It says 150 rewards in amateur, which I believe it was 200 before, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yep.
Okay, so they reduced it there, 200 in kickoff and 250 in specialists. So maybe that's to reallocate into the market. I'm not quite sure there.
Special gone up by 50 then.
So it's interesting because the Premier League one,
They're 300 usually.
300.
200.
Okay, so that's good, I guess, for the other ones.
Yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. It's not awful.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
I personally have always thought about going to the La Liga one because I love the new Real Madrid kit. I just want to get a Real Madrid card and try and win it that way. I think it'd be really cool.
Wait for next season when your Oviedo stack is still in. Oh wait, they'll still be in La Liga too, won't they?
Still in La Liga. I mean, hopefully they will be. Scores will be better, I think. But here we are. This is another big one. So new Cap 220 long format. So in general, boys, start with you, Capital. What's your opinion on the long format competition so far?
What do you want me to say about it? It's a bit boring, to be honest.
Bit boring. Okay, that's the
Yeah,
opinion.
I don't know what I feel about it. It's a bit Cap 220. No, I don't really have a lot of opinion on it. It was a use. I never bothered with the monthly things. I really didn't. I just never bothered with it. As I said, my gallery's only small anyway, so to spread myself thin across it didn't feel worth it. And even when I did, the scores I got in return because I was going so thin just was not worth it. I think it might be a bit nicer, Cap 220 maybe, because obviously you got that common card as well. So it's probably going to be a lot more friendlier for obviously newer users and to maybe jump on the monthly competition or long format competitions bandwagon. So it could be nice for them. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not really jumping for joy for. I'm not really all too bothered about it either. I might try it out because it's, like I said, I've got a common card I can put in each week, but I don't really have much opinion on it, lads, to be honest with you. So I jumped to Boy
Jonesy,
Jonesy.
I don't like it. I
do you
hate
like
it.
it?
Yeah. No, I don't like it. It fucks over small galleries, and the reason it fucks over small galleries is because midweeks are included. Now Wales will have the cards, so just throw in for midweek and just keep playing.
Oh,
Whereas, I can do the same. I do my little midweek Cap 220 team every week and put it on Twitter.
But it does
Fine.
only take the top 4 scores. But you're right, they've got more chance, I guess,
Yeah,
of
they
getting,
get a higher chance because they can enter 8 times, whereas maybe Capital might only be able to enter 4. You might only might be able to get in 5 if Oviedo got a midweek game or something. Um, so yeah, it favors the Wales again, and you could have a score in that Cap 220 week or in those set of weeks that could get you like a tier 1, tier 2 card,
Mhm.
and then the rest of your weeks could be crap, and you've missed out on a tier 2 essentially because you've not got the scores.
That is a really good point, in my opinion. But from my experience, when I was running Cat 220 as a small gallery, it was very rare that I would get over 300 points. And
Really?
yeah, like I think that competition is quite difficult. You've really got to get players who are going to, outperform the L15s massively, more so than Cat 240, obviously. So it requires a bit of scouting. I know that Jonesy, you sometimes do your little like Cat 220 stack. Is that right? That's very cheap on Twitter.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I try and keep it under a 5 every week. Usually
Yes.
stays under.
Check that out, guys, because that is it's very entertaining. I think because obviously if you can find out if it's possible or not. One reward, one tier 3, and you made it all back. So very exciting. Keep an eye on that, guys. But no, it's interesting long format. I think that is the biggest point. Is if your team does smash, you're not getting rewarded, are you? Or as you're not going to get rewarded as highly as the long format competition.
Yeah, for example, imagine if you win one. Imagine how happy you'd be, and then you realize you don't get a reward for it. It's crap. It's awful. It needs to be taken out. That's the end of it. It's the worst thing they brought in my opinion. Worse than the amateur leagues. Worse than anything.
Yeah.
Just take it out of the game. It's pointless.
I think that's.
I'm not a big fan of these monthly competitions anyway. I do feel like it's a bit of a cop out, to be honest. Yeah, rather than having to give a card every week, they just do it once a month.
Yeah.
So it
save
just
the card, doesn't it?
completely null and voids Cap 270 at the time and now Cap 220. So that's why a lot of people just go to Cap 240 because if you do all right, then you're guaranteed the threshold. And if you do even better than average, then you can get yourself a reward on top of that. So yeah, like I said, I think my initial thoughts are raw, but they feel right because it doesn't make any sense to these monthly competitions at all. Yeah.
It wouldn't piss me off if they went and made it so they made their own game for it. They made their own mode for it.
Yeah.
Don't start taking over modes that people play that they enjoy. Like I always do Cap 220 every week. I know you do, Alice. You put your players into Cap 220 for both limited and rare. Now there's just no point for us really. Not unless we keep buying on midweeks to sort of plug it and make sure that it gets points. Just make it its own game. Make a monthly format game. You don't have to take over another game mode to try and promote it. It's just pointless again.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I
It's
think
probably another team if it was its own game. There's another lineup to go in, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, keeping it separate is definitely something to think about, Nihilus, if you're listening. So on to the next section. This one, guys, I'm very, very excited about personally. I think you guys will with some FIFA backgrounds kicking about. This is manager progression and ranking. So I'll just give it a little read for the listeners there. So by mid-December, your manager profile experience will expand with the launch of manager levels. Through a new and improved achievements feature, managers can climb their ranks by completing challenges in Sorare. The goal of the manager levels is to reward long-term success of managers and allow you to better personalize your profile, celebrate achievements, and that's just a teaser of what's coming. What are your guys' thoughts? Have you checked this out at all?
Yeah, I've
I'd
heard
love to
about
say,
it.
yeah.
It's a bit naff, to be honest.
I like it. I like it. I like the manager achievement thing. Yeah, it depends what it rewards. If it's going to reward soul coins, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, that's what I feel is a bit naff. It just feels like I get to. It's like, when you play FIFA and you work your ass off to win 50 rival rewards or whatever wins, and then you get given a tifo. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, great. I get to personalize my stadium, which does fuck all. I'd rather it just been coins so I can spend it on a tifo I want, or do this and that. Like you said, if they said, oh, if they're rewarding long term users and people who believe in the game or in the space of Sorare, then reward us with stuff we actually want. I don't think I'm all too bothered with badges and all this rubbish, to be honest. It's like Fortnite skins. They don't do anything. It's just there, So I don't mind the challenge giving us a badge and everything, but at least if I get like a podium or something like that, then I get given, extra rewards or something. I don't want a badge or something to personalize my profile that no one looks at anyway. I don't think I'm all. I know I sound Mr. Negative here, but I'm not overly joyous about it. It's not something I'm not going to blow smoke up its arse to fit an agenda. I just don't feel like it's that good. It's like the Cap 220
It doesn't
thing.
interest you?
Just no, it doesn't really interest me. I know I'm on the complete other scale of some people. Some people love personalization and things like that, but I don't think you're not going to be able to personalize it as much as you think you can. I think it's just literally going to be maybe a different background or a different bloody logo to put next to your name or something. I don't think it's going to be. But again, that again helps the whales. All the whales are just going to have all the top badges and all that stuff. So what's it going to do for me as a user, as a normal paying user? It's not going to do much. That's all. So
is it not so coins for rewards?
It's not confirmed yet. At the moment, it says here the renew and improve achievements feature managed to climb the ranks by completing challenges. Rewards managed long-term success that allow you to better personalize your profile and celebrate achievements. It doesn't mention so coins, but doesn't mention there aren't any so coins involved.
If it is so coins, it's a big win.
yeah,
Because they'll propel you towards your shirts and your signed shirts and your hats and stuff that you want.
yeah.
It's a big win. If it's not, then it's just another kind of waste of
What
time
I can
again.
see here, just from the little screenshot they've sent, there is a sort of level bar as you'd expect in the top right corner.
Yeah.
What's annoying is that in this screenshot, the reward's already been claimed, so I don't know what the reward was. Doesn't mention it.
So this particular one says reached at least 100 points for the first time at limited competition, which obviously is that I'm assuming that's 100 points for your team, or is it a different way of their sort of going about it? But yeah, like Jonesy said, and like I said before, I think this is it's just a skin to me. It's not something that's going to change my experience. It's not going to make me happier to get onto Sorare. To be honest with you, it's just if they do add something, like imagine you can do like, oh, if you reach podium 10 times, you can redeem a mystery shirt or something like that, just so that people in the long term can be like, right, this game's worth playing. I'm only three podiums away, which can take someone a year or two to do.
Does that not benefit the whales though, Cap? Because
Yeah, it does, but
to hit podiums.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Oh,
But
yeah,
I think you've got to be, I think, mindful in the sense of maybe like keeping it to a certain cat mode or something.
But yeah, just quickly on that, there are different tabs in the top left. So the whales might be focusing on, I don't know, super rare uniques, but there is an amateur tab as well. So there might be podium for amateurs, which maybe the whales don't prioritize as much.
Isn't it you hit a certain score and you get so many XP towards your manager progression? I think
There's a score one. There's a win 10 limited card rewards one. There's a podium one. There's quite a few achievements, but like you guys said, I think personalization maybe just to start. I hope Sorare can build on this. If you're a new user and you hit a score of, I don't know, 315, it's like claim a tier 5 limited or something like that. It just sets you on your way.
Not enough cards to go around though. That's the problem, because you only got a supply of 1,000 new season cards a year in rare, and I don't think you have to go around for everyone.
That's a good point. So we'll have to monitor how that is, but I think it's a good addition nonetheless. It's a good sort of foundation. They just got to build upon it.
Yeah, I agree. It's a positive one because at the end of the day, it makes it look better, and maybe there's slight achievements. But as I said, it doesn't bother me particularly because, like I said, I'm not bothered about putting a badge next to my team or anything like that, or any accolades. I just want to be able to be rewarded for using this long term, and that's the point of this. I don't want a badge. A digital badge isn't going to do anything for me. Do you know?
So, question for you, Capsule: if you were to add something to personalize, like a personalization feature to your what's so rare and to sort of your club, what would you add?
Honestly, I'm not bothered. I'm not. It's like I trust me. On Fortnite, I run around with the OG skin. I'm not bothered. It's fun to have do this and do that, and personalize it. But this ain't going to bring in new users. New users aren't going to come in and be like, oh, yes, I get a badge if I complete 10 limited things and come in the top 500 or something. No one cares if you think about it. Like, no one's really going to care. It's just an extra benefit, I guess, if you do play the game itself anyway. But the point of this is to sort of reel in new users and to keep them grasped. Like I said, it is a debate in regards to, it will benefit Wales, like Jonesy said. I think you have to monitor that. If they have so much unique cards or they have so many super rares, then maybe they can't be allowed to do limited or these particular achievements, maybe. I don't know. Or certain cap mode, etc. But yeah, if they did say like, get podium 5-10 times, you get a mystery shirt, or you get I don't know, or your first time at podium, you get an extra 1,000, 5,000 coins or some so rare coins. Like, it's little things like that that will make me want to achieve for things. So what I always find really annoying when I play games and stuff, when I'm like 3 out of 5 for something, I'm like, for fuck's, I just need it 2 more times. And I just need it 2 more times, and then I get that reward, coins or a pack or something like that. That's what we need. We need something to like sort of grip them in and be like, but if I do this 1 more time or 2 more times, I get to redeem this. I don't think so. No one's going to be like, I get to redeem a logo or I get to redeem a little badge next to my name. No one cares.
Got a question then.
Yeah.
Because I feel like personally, obviously we're big United fans. If I've got a Luke Shaw all season card.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like, let's just pretend it's the new season card, but maybe it's like, if I do this challenge a certain amount of times, I can reskin it and get the away kit on him. I think that's something I would personally be like, inside, I really want to do that because I'm a big United fan. I'd love to have a reskin.
My initial thoughts on that is, as much as I like that, I think it's, I don't know, you're playing around with it too much, because I think that takes away the whole point of a limited card then, really, doesn't it? It's like sort of like, it's not there for personalization. It's there for utility in the sense of building your gallery, building towards so rare coins, building towards something. I think personalization, like, unless you're thinking only maybe you can see it, and then when you go to sell it, it doesn't change. Yeah, it's just the same. Perhaps. Maybe that might be quite cool. Because then you can share it on Twitter, YouTube, and whatever else. You can be like, I've got this and this.
But maybe. I guess it's kind of gone that way, right? With the away kits. That's also, was that added last week with Liverpool? Yeah,
they are cool, to be fair. And like you said, we're United fans, cool. So fuck them. But at the same time, they are cool. So I do like them. But yeah, I think Jonesy, you're on the thing of them. They're a bit pointless, don't you say?
Yeah, it's not pointless to me. It doesn't give me any points. It doesn't give me anything towards competition, so I'm not bothered.
So how do you feel about this whole personalization thing then? Like what I said about how there's nothing. Are you willing to go that extra mile for a virtual badge?
For a valid delete badge?
No.
Exactly. But would you go?
Badge, thanks.
Would you go those extra few miles for a mystery kit?
I'd do it for something physical, like a mystery kit or like a signed one, a signed shirt.
Imagine, like,
I'm doing it anyway.
Imagine something like, you collect all the players and you're like within top 3 rankings on collections for Real Valladolid, and then you're allowed to get one of those cards virtually signed by the player or something like that to make it more unique to you and to reward you for trusting them and for collecting them. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's loads of different little routes they can do. for it, you know. But yeah, and that's just off the top of my head. So I'm sure they can think of
That would be
something.
quite good, yeah. I mean, if Valdeline want to send me a signed Monchu shirt, then I'm all ears. I'm all ears.
You should be
That'd be
asking
wicked,
for
man.
Upen.
Oh yeah, I
Upen.
forgot. And you open as well
Not
for the
the
challenger
Upen, not the
side.
Upen.
A
Yeah.
new Who
Absolutely.
shirt signed would be nice, please.
So just moving down, guys. There's not many left really, but it's just the rivals, Sorare rivals. What do you guys know about this, Jonesy? What do you know about this?
I've not even looked into this, but I know that if it is going to be rivaled, it's going to be against each other. So I'm just going to wipe the floor with you every week.
I think that's gonna be great.
No,
Absolutely.
I've not really looked into it, to be honest, mate. I'll have a quick look now, but
Yeah, I'll read it out. So it says here, Rivals, a forthcoming daily game, will introduce sports fans to the world of Sorare through an immediate, seamless, and engaging fantasy experience.
Daily's interesting. Daily's very interesting because if they're just doing it non-game week, then you just get to throw in a team for a day. That is quite fun, especially if it's just against your mates. You know, you got a boring midweek, you got no teams to put in. You know, you could put in some amateur players, and you could have a game against your mate. I think that's quite good. I think there's not going to be any rewards, so it's probably not going to interest myself too highly.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it here. It seems like it's more of a bragging rights kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you have like a bit of a wager with your mate, like that'd be quite good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, staking.
I can't. From what it says at the bottom, it says here, in the arena of rivals, we'll have a skill-based ELO rating system that matches you up against another rival at a similar level. Did we say reputation is on the line? Question mark. So hopefully it's not just me versus some random bloke on the other side of the world. Hopefully it is something where you can be like make a little league or a little tournament or something very similar to Premier League, FPL. That'd be quite nice, and then you can sort of have certain amount of transfers and what I don't know. That'd be quite cool. It doesn't sound like it's going to be like that, but yeah, I've got no real opinion on it. It seems
This
like
kind
it
of
could be
sounds to
cool.
me like a step to bring new users in from a mobile perspective.
Maybe. Yeah. The light bulb has just gone on in my head though. Why don't they make this rivals the monthly that we had on Cap 220? You play against each other. Whoever keeps on getting the most
Ooh.
wins each day will go up the leaderboards. You know, your top 100 might get something out of it. It doesn't cost you anything to enter, but the top 100 get a reward from it every month.
That's good.
Yeah, I like
Wow,
it.
that's just so
I'd
much
enter that.
easier. Nilas, hire me.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of summarizes the the product update. We've gone through most of it, guys. It's really good to get our thoughts on there, and I think we've got some contrasting opinions, which is really cool, especially in terms of personalization. Let's move on to Eupen. Where are Eupen at the moment, boys?
They're in Belgium, mate. If you didn't know, they're a Belgian team.
I was unaware.
They've not moved away yet.
I'm checking as we speak because they
Yeah,
went
but
up.
look,
They did. We all said last week, didn't we? We said they would draw 1-1, and they ended up drawing
Yeah.
1-1.
No. Alex
No.
had 2-1, 2-1 Eupen.
2-1 Eupen. Yeah.
Oh.
Nice and some points.
I've got the boys. I couldn't back against them, guys. You know that.
True.
Oh, look at that.
Maybe I'm just more of a realist. No, but Eupen, they are sitting 10th at the moment, and they play RWDM next,
Molenbeek.
who are 11th. And Eupen
Yeah.
are at home. And I've got a couple of the boys, I think. Nuhu and Magni. I've actually got 3 Eupen players, so you guys are piss poor at the moment. But yeah, I've got 3 of them. 2 of them are in my cap 2. No, I think they're in my Challenger Europe, I think. Yeah, let me check that. I think they're in my Challenger Europe. But yeah, not bad. They're a fun little team to support at the moment.
Excellent. Yeah, Nuhu is obviously one of the star players. I know you both own one, so kind of feeling left out at the moment. I'm definitely going to let's pick one up.
Mate. I wanted to get him in rare when he was like £18. You never listened to me.
Why have I got a random?
Actually.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
cheaper now.
I hate having a random DMP. I'm just checking my lineups there, and I've got
I've got one.
Ian Gomez for Passa. He's just randomly not playing. Why? I want to speak with the manager.
I do. I want to speak with the manager of the Avispa as to why Murakami didn't play today and fucked up my 240 rare team. But
What's the time difference on that? Do you reckon, Jonesy?
somewhat.
Where that team where he plays? What team is that?
Avispa,
Yeah.
they're in Japan. And
Yes.
the game kicked off at 6.
6. Okay, yeah. I have to figure that one out with the manager.
I had Miguel de la Fuente. He scored last night as well.
He bangs. We talked about that on the stream. I think he was always going to score, wasn't he?
2 shots on target. Scored a penalty.
Nice.
Yeah, solid player. So, yeah, he's dirt cheap for under 23 as well. I think it's like £6 or something like that, or £5 or something. It might have gone up now, but yeah, two shots on target, positive AA of 8.2, which is all right. Against Levante, who are in good form at the moment, but yeah, I'm happy with that. He's in my cap 240, so that's a good little start, and he's my captain as well. Got me 84 points, which is all right, so it's not bad.
That's brilliant. Yeah, he's under 23, right?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Lots of utility.
I'm currently 3rd in Challenger Europe rare.
Wow.
You're currently 3rd?
Yeah,
Podium?
3rd place.
Oh.
Podium at the moment. Why is it's on a 55 and he's not conceded yet?
Brilliant.
Like another 90 something score from him.
Holy shit.
I promise. Are they playing currently? Is that what you said? Or?
Yeah, they're currently in now.
Well, don't jinx it because I had Panda for Fortuna Sittard in Eredivisie. They were 4-0 up on the 89th minute and then he concedes. So I lost my clean sheet. So I was gutted for that.
What league is that in? What's he in, sorry?
Eredivisie.
Eredivisie, and he's in my under 23 team as well. So I was gutted he conceded last minute. Literally, and it was the scrappiest goal ever.
I built an under 23 team like yourself.
Yeah.
My keeper kept a clean sheet this morning.
Love that.
And he was only about £5.
No, under 23 keeper. Still the beans, Jonesy.
Let me just double check if he's still £5. I don't want to give him this information out. No, he's £4.73.
I love this game.
Right, let's pick him up.
He's called Lee Gwang-yeon. Plays for
Right.
Gangwon in the Korean
I'm going to
league.
bring him up here. So, what's his name? Lee
He was in
Gwang-
Squid Games, wasn't he?
Lee Gwang-yeon. He won.
Oh, but the season ends soon. Is that right?
Yeah, there's still 2 more games. So I mean, if he really wanted to pick one up for 2 games, he will.
I mean, if you hit the threshold, for limited, it pays it back.
But he's in my under 23 team.
Oh, that's true.
So yeah, he got a clean sheet this morning. I've got quite a strong under 23 team now. I did upgrade it a little bit after we did our. I've got Paul Komposch from Hartberg, Matheus Taffner from Tyrol, Monchu. And then I got Idrit Tucci, which I think you were looking at him on stream actually.
Yeah, Tucci looks good.
Yeah, I picked him up as well. So I've actually got quite a strong under 23 team. Probably my weakest player was Lee Guang-yeon.
Oh,
So we'll see what happens there.
I was gutted with Panda.
Yeah.
I don't know why you picked up. Everybody picks up Panda and he never performs. I don't understand why you picked up Panda.
Because he's got a good lot of fixtures.
It's the Panda trap.
His
And
team's awful.
he's got good scores. It's only the last 5 where he's against AZ Alkmaar, Feyenoord, all that stuff. Like you can't even fucking Go Ahead Eagles. He was away from home, so you can't say he's doing shit if he's in a shit team who
It's just his team
concedes.
shit in general. I'm not saying he's shit. I'm just saying he needs to get to a better team.
He scores all right. He gets some decent AA.
What did he score you today?
Shut up, right? No, he got me.
Perfect zone.
He got me with the bonus, 46.
It's not bad. That's not bad though. It's hard. It's all right, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he got
10 points of AA.
in the goalkeeping. He got me 12.5 AA. He just got all round 8.9.
He's no Bilal Bayezid, but he's actually still pretty decent.
Yeah, he was. That was someone else I was looking at as well. But I went for Panda, so yeah, all right.
He's not under 23,
I believe in him.
Yeah, I only stuck you League One Yeon because I knew he was going to play, and I've had him for years. Well, not years, but I've had him for a good 6 to 8 months.
Oh, nice one.
So yeah, not too bad. Everything else has gone to pot though, apart from Challenger Europe. So
So is he the starting keeper for his team then?
yeah,
Lee Guang.
he's tipped to be South Korea's starting keeper as well in a year or two.
Wow. Okay. So I'm just looking at his scores here. So why does he DMP sometimes?
They've got his recent DMPs are because he was at the Asia Games playing for South Korea.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
So like the last four they won the Asia games, so he missed 4 game weeks in total, like a month of games basically.
Yeah, seems like a really
So
good cat mode keep.
yeah, if he doesn't keep a clean sheet, he doesn't really score above 40. But
Yeah.
when he does keep a clean sheet, for some weird reason, he starts getting 80s and 70s, and I don't know
Yeah,
why.
do you know what's mad? Is that recently, yeah, you're right, he doesn't get too much AA, but out of nowhere, he got 35.8 points of AA as a keeper.
Is that the 82 game that he got?
That is the 70.8 in the last three, game week 417.
Oh, did he not keep a clean sheet in that? Oh no, they got Pete 2. Yeah, that's a crazy score.
That's a mad score.
Wait, who's that? Sorry, I missed that one.
This is-
Lee Guang Yon.
Oh,
You should pick it. You should both pick him up if you want him the 23 goalkeeper for summer.
Yeah, I think I might have to.
I still think he's a.
remind me after this pod.
Right, don't pick
Especially
him
if he's
up.
tips.
Do you know who
Keeper
the-
is keeper.
Do you know who the
Whether
best
you don't
goalie?
pick him up.
Do you know
do
who the
not
best
pick him
goalie
up.
is for AA?
Who?
That's Stojanovic.
Oh, Banich.
Oh yeah.
No,
He's not as good as Baez. I'm not having that. There's a route to be had there.
what Hold on a second. Right, I was going to bring up
Baez
this.
puts up like 35 AA when he keeps a clean sheet. It's
The
ridiculous.
average AA is up. Come on. Settle this
No,
debate.
Don't pick up Lee Guang Yon because he loses under 23 utility after the end of the season. So don't pick him up.
In his last month, Stojanovic has got an AA of 20.1.
Right,
In
where's
the last
Baez?
3 months is 16.5. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. And these are in a lot of losses as well, his higher scores.
Yeah, he plays for. Does he play for Altac?
Yeah. Who are
Yeah, they're not
naff.
very good. Right, what are we looking at? AA.
Yeah, get the average AA up and settle this debate.
What, of the last month?
Do last three.
Last three?
Yeah, go on.
How do you do last three?
I think that's a
Click
3
on the
months
3
tab.
months.
Oh, last 3 months. I was going to say the last month his AA is 20.8.
Last three.
Last three is 16.
What's his
Okay,
geezer's
that's
name
really
again?
good.
What's his name
Well, then
again?
who-
Ivanovic, you say?
Stojanovic. I know what I do know, and he's a decent keeper, to be fair. Can't knock Stojanovic.
Let's
He's
have a
got
look.
Back line in front of him. Looks a bit hefty, doesn't he? Looks like a bouncer. Why does Stojanovic have a DMP in 419 against Salzburg? I don't know if he keeps. Oh, they got rid of Casali, didn't they? Yeah, he does. He's the starter. No competition. They got rid of Casali. Casali went to the Bundesliga too. He was someone I was looking at in rare at the start of the season, to be honest. But right. So if you look at Stojanovic, last 3 months he's got 16 as well. So they're pretty similar actually. L5. He's got 21. They're really similar. I
Really?
Bayern, so I'm backing Bayern. Bayern's going to Bayern. That's where he's going.
Oh, nice one.
Take it over from Neuer. Get it done, Bayern.
Right, lads. We'll move on to the Premier League, the Premier League predictions game. And if you guys listening are unaware of what we're doing, we are taking it in turns to predict the Premier League results each weekend, and we get scored based on their results.
Is it not the jokes tab first? I thought we were doing the jokes next.
Jokes.
Yeah, United versus Copenhagen.
I think
I'm not having that.
I'm unaware.
You won't be a team in 5 years, so sit on that
comment.
one.
Oh, yeah.
No comment. Although I have to say,
150.
did you watch the game, Cap?
I did. I did watch the game. I fucking hated it, and I hate United.
Can I get your boys' opinions on the red card?
It was never a red card.
Yeah, it's
Ever.
a clear red card.
Never.
Clear.
And
You can't dispute it.
Endo does the exact same thing the next day, right? And he gets a yellow. It's not even VAR. We are, honestly, United, there's an agenda against United at the moment. I don't care what anyone says. The amount of points that we've lost because of the fucking referees and VAR looking for things that aren't even there is nuts. So that red card was never a red card in a million years. Robbie Savage talks out of his arse. His arsehole must be jealous of the amount of shit he talks. Honestly, because that he was like, "Oh, it's a red card. It's a red card." Oh, shut up, yo. Yeah, he's like, it just wasn't. It was not a red card, and unfortunately, referees, because they're not, but they don't know the game properly. They don't have a clue what Rashford was doing. They just assumed he almost stepped on his foot or his ankle on purpose when he was just protecting the ball, not looking at the player. And the guy put his leg
as well.
And it's slow mo. The first vision when I was watching the game, the first thing that was left on the little VAR screen for the ref was Rashford with the guy's ankle in like half. You know, because that's how they wanted him to see it. Oh, this is it. This is the problem. And then did you see in the exact game, in the Copenhagen game, the guy literally elbows Højlund in the face, and it's not even seen in VAR. He does it on purpose. This isn't like, he's jumped up or something. He's literally gone like this into Højlund's face. It was so purposeful, and he was on a yellow card already, may I add, and ended up helping them win the game, may I add.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. The refereeing everywhere is so shit.
It was a brutal Wednesday night.
It was.
I knew it 2-0 up. I was like, this is too good to be true. Like, where's the catch? Something bad is coming.
I said to my partner, I said, watch this change. I can guarantee this will be 2-2 with it, but before half time.
Yeah.
And literally what happened? Like, it was shit.
Jonesy smiling. Well done, you've won. You've got the ranting out of us. He's won this podcast.
It was a red card.
I think that's so unfortunate. Like the timing, like Rashford wasn't even looking. It puts his foot down to sort of stand his ground, and then the guy's foot appeared.
He literally he goes to do what any footballer would do in that situation, was get your body in front of the ball. That's all he did. And he tried to plant his foot down, doesn't even look at the player. He just plants his foot down. The guy puts his ankle underneath his foot, and a sudden...
He did.
Yeah. Okay, look, it can be dangerous and whatever, but it's not a purposeful thing. It's not something where he's done maliciously, gone to stamp his leg. You need to read the game properly. You need referees who actually know how to play a game of football, rather than making it sound like they're a bloody government on the pitch and everything's so this, that, and the other by the book. You have to have some sort of leniency towards certain situations, which they do not know.
Yeah.
I have one more question for you both.
I don't want to hear it.
It's going to trigger us.
I don't want to hear it.
No, it's not.
I don't want to hear it.
How do you guys feel on being the laughing stock of England for like the 4th or 5th year in the bounce?
Oh, you know what, Jonesy? It's actually quite nice because we've had basically 20 years of being on top, and I know the blue side aren't going to be a team in about 5 years because your 115 charges you're going to be accounted for. So it's just because it's going to take quite a few years to take all the cheats away from your side of the sea.
That's fine. We've been dominating now for 15 years. It's all good.
15 years? Where are you getting that from?
2010. We're almost 14 years then, because we're really in 2024. We'll give it 14 years.
Barely.
Okay, guys, I think it's time for the Premier League predictions.
That's my heated rant down. I just hate...
City United.
Scrap VAR.
Give us the pose, Capital.
Huh?
Give us
the pose. Yeah,
give us the pose.
It's so good. Right, so after game week 2, guys, Jonesy, you are on the bottom.
Of course.
Podium 3 with 8 points, Capital second with 10, and myself at the top with 11. So it's very close. One result can change it all. Shall we go through the Premier League matches? Because I believe one starts in an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And let's get your predictions. So, Capital, Wolves versus a depleted Tottenham team.
2-2.
What's your prediction? 2-2. Jonesy?
I'm going to go Spurs 2-1.
Spurs 2-1. Okay.
Yeah, Spurs to win 2-1.
These are good predictions. Let me just bring this up quickly. Okay, next match. Crystal Palace, Everton.
What was yours? What did you say?
Mine, I'm actually going to go...
This cheating bastard.
I want to say 2-2 as well. I'm going to go 2-2.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 1-1, 2-2, something like that, but I'll stick with 2-2. I think it should be a good scoring game.
Yeah, I can see some goals there. Capital, Palace, Everton.
Oh, Palace, Everton, 1-1.
1-1. Jonesy?
Palace 2-0. Palace 2-0.
Okay. I'm going to go Palace 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, United Luton. Come on, Capital.
It depends who we have as a ref.
Here we go.
No, I'm joking. I'm messing.
Everything you got as a manager.
Fuck VAR. Nothing to do with the manager. 3-0 United.
Okay, 3-0. Jonesy.
I really want to say Luton 3-0, but just to trigger cap. But no, I'm gonna go. I'll go United 2-0.
Yep.
I don't
I'm
think
also
we're-
going United 2-0. Arsenal Burnley.
3-0.
That's fine.
3-0. Jonesy.
Typically, Arsenal struggle against Burnley. If you look at the last 5 fixtures, like there's been Arsenal have only won 1 of the last 5 against Burnley. By the way,
Well, I hope it's
Interesting.
so tough because Arsenal are so good. I'm gonna go Arsenal 2-0.
Arsenal 2-0.
I feel like I'll picture that.
I'm going to go Arsenal 3-0.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one. This is the evening fixtures today, which is Bournemouth at home to Newcastle.
I think Newcastle just scrape it like 2-1 or something.
2-1. Jonesy.
I'm gonna go Newcastle 4, Bournemouth 1.
Wow, big result. Newcastle have quite a few injuries at the moment, right?
Yeah, Newcastle had a bad game midweek against Dortmund. They'll want to bounce back. So I think they'll just go and give Bournemouth a spanking.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Newcastle.
I think Bournemouth can be quite decent at home, though.
Yeah.
It's the only time they are decent.
Yeah, Bournemouth sometimes at home can surprise people, actually.
They're top team, Newcastle, though.
They are.
Top team. They can just turn it on.
What is it, though? Dan Burns out. Isaac's out.
Yeah.
Can't remember who else is
injured.
out. Huh?
Wilson's out.
Oh, Wilson's out as well. So who they got up front? Then they're going to have to play Gordon or something?
Yeah, Andy Gordon hat-trick, isn't it?
It could happen.
Next game, West Ham at home to Nottingham.
1-0. 1-0 West Ham.
1-0 West Ham. Jonesy.
I got 2-1 West Ham.
Okay. I'm going to go... It's a pretty tough one. I'm going to go 2-0 West Ham.
It'll be difficult. Nottingham are doing all right so far at the moment. I don't think they're...
They're pretty good at home, Forest, I think, in general.
Yeah, where are they sitting? They're sitting 13th. West Ham are 12th. So, and West Ham have lost their last 3 against Villa, Everton, and Brentford. So, yeah, I feel like they should bounce back with this particular one against Nottingham. Should be all right.
Right, next game. A fixture that I'm actually going to this weekend, so I'll try and get some snaps. Brighton versus Sheffield.
Ooh.
Why are you going to Brighton versus Sheffield?
Local team.
Wait, Sheffield or Brighton?
Brighton. Can you not tell by the accent?
Well, you're a United fan, so you could be from anywhere.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's true.
We got Maltese one over here.
We're global, mate.
Yeah, we are global.
I didn't know Brighton was your local team. That's cool.
Yeah, it's quite cool. The Amex.
Have they got any injuries? That's the first thing I've got to ask.
Let's have a
Who,
look.
Brighton?
Where Pedro fit? Yeah, Brighton.
Brighton. So
Dunk is questionable.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a big player for Brighton.
So you've got Dunk out, Enciso out, Estupinian, Lamptey, March, Milner, and Danny Welbeck.
So it's like most of their back line.
And the striker.
They put Ferguson, I think.
Yeah, I think Ferguson. I don't know why Ferguson's not played instead of Welbeck anyway. It's such a weird thing to do.
It's so weird.
And
The
I think
rotation of
Brighton,
Brighton is so tough.
He's signing a 5-year
Brighton
contract.
always concede, don't they? They always concede. When was the last time they kept a clean sheet, Brighton? Was it like last season? It was, wasn't it, last season?
I thought we're going to get some good predictions here. It's going to be good.
Brighton 3-1. Go to Brighton.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say 3-1 as well.
3-1?
I'm going to say 4-1. I'm going to be different.
I love that.
I'm going to be
love
different.
that.
I'm going to be pissed if
I'm
it's
going
3-1.
to go... Yeah, 4-1's a good prediction. I think I'm going to go 3-0 Brighton. but I don't know. I think they'll score on the counter.
They have kept clean sheets back to back against Ajax, but yeah, in the league, it's been a while.
Yeah,
Like, bottom of the Eredivisie as well, though. Like,
are they really struggling, Ajax?
Ajax are
I
really
think they're
struggling
starting to
now.
come mid-table now, and I think they're starting to crawl out of it. They've won a couple on the bounce.
I thought they drew to Volendam midweek last week.
Let's have a quick little look. Eredivisie. So Ajax are currently sitting 12th.
That's
So
not
yeah,
too bad. They must have won one of the last couple of games then.
yeah, they won against Heerenveen and Voldem.
Oh, they beat Volendam.
Yeah, they beat them 2-0 and then won
Oh,
against
right, okay.
Heerenveen 4-1. So they seem to be picking up some form ever since sacking. So
Get your Ajax stacks quick.
yeah.
All right, Capital. Liverpool versus Brentford.
Ooh.
Don't like
Liverpool
that one.
versus Brentford. That's going to be a good
Yeah,
one. Liverpool at
it's
home,
at
eh?
Liverpool. Yeah.
Brentford have got 3 on the bounce. Burnley, Chelsea, and West Ham they've beaten. I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool, I think.
Okay, Jonesy.
I'm going to go 1-0.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm also going to go 1-0.
Poor form at the moment. If you look, I think got beat by Toulouse midweek. What? They drew
Oh
Toulouse in the
no.
last Premier League game. I don't know what's going on at Liverpool. We'll see.
But I think Liverpool have been solid at home. In the last 5 games, they've only conceded 2 and scored 14.
Oh, that's quite a good stat. What about
Yeah.
Brentford away from home? Aren't they quite good?
Yeah, they are very
Brentford
good.
have won 2, lost 2, drawn 1, and that win was against Fulham, and the other was against Chelsea, and the draw was against Nottingham.
They're on good form though, aren't they? They've won the last 3 games. Only lost one of the last 5.
Yeah, they've won 3 of their last 5, lost 1, drawn 1 as well, which
Yeah,
isn't too.
if anything, I fancy Brentford now after that.
I think Brentford they scored 7 goals in 5 in the last 5 games as well, conceding 4. So yeah, it could be a boring game.
Could be. Right, Villa Fulham.
Well, fuck knows. Fulham cucked me the other day. I literally needed them to beat Nottingham, and they didn't. And I captained Watkins in my FPL, so
Oh yeah,
fuck,
let's go, did he?
I've not played FPL
bleep
for
that.
weeks.
But yeah, so yeah, they Villa Fulham. I mean, Fulham are just doing shit at the moment. They have done ever since they got rid of Mitrovic. They got no attacking prowess at all. Williams should just retire his rank.
So should Raul Jimenez.
Jimenez
Yeah, he's
is such
bad.
a shame after that injury because he's not been the same ever since. He was so
No.
good at Wolves. But yeah, I'm going to say 3-0 Villa. I think it's going to be quite easy one that.
3-0 Villa.
I don't think Fulham have won an away game all season.
Let's check their away form. Their
No, I
away
don't think they have.
form, they would sit 14th. They've won 1, drawn
they have won
3,
one.
lost 2. And that win,
Yeah, that's really poor.
I can't see even where that win was.
I watched all of the United Fulham game. I was at Fulham at Craven Cottage, and I have to say, we were bad, but Fulham looked really bad. So sorry, any Fulham fans out there, but I think this could be a long season for you guys.
If you
So
if you check here again, in their last 5 games away, the draws have been 2-2 against Arsenal, 0-0 against Palace, and 1-1 against Brighton.
you could suggest they're just playing for the draw, maybe.
I'm going Villa 3-0.
Villa 3-0.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm going to go Villa 1-0.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You do know that at home they scored 20 goals this season, which is more than any team in the Premier League.
Yeah, I actually knew that stat because of the so it's actually stat. I think Newcastle actually top it.
Is it Newcastle that top it?
Yeah, Newcastle got like
Oh, they had that 6-1 win, didn't they?
yeah.
What is it,
Let's have a look.
Newcastle? What, for home?
No, Villa top it.
I mean XG, like their expected goals. I think
Oh,
Newcastle
they
top.
actually.
That's
Yeah,
nuts,
Villa
though.
got the most home goals in the league by like 4 goals, and then it's City next. It's it's a good achievement. Villa are doing well at home.
Yeah, that is a great tip off.
Don't concede many either, with only four goals.
Right, the last game to predict, a great game. Chelsea at home to Jonesy's and Manchester City. Capital
3-0 City.
3-0 City.
I hate this smug little Jonesy is just in the corner,
Yeah,
just sitting
Yeah,
there
every
like
week.
fucking.
It's
I hate
alright.
it. I got a love-hate relationship.
Jonesy,
It's alright. It'll be love on Monday when I come and do another video for you.
There will be.
with the
I was
smoke
going to say,
face.
you're not coming on now.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't know about this one. I would like to try and get the score correct. Like, it's spot on for this one. This is obviously when it's your team, you want to get the score spot on.
Chelsea are in rank form. Like, I know they beat nine-man bloody Tottenham and they rave about it like they won the World Cup.
Yeah, did you see Jackson's celebrations?
Yeah, it's
He
quite
won the
bad.
World Cup.
Because Tottenham, I didn't watch the game, but I heard, and when I saw the stats were like pretty much all over Chelsea, and then it just started going tits up when they started getting red card after red card. Um,
Yeah, I saw the game. It's just two players that let him down. It was Romero and Doggy.
yeah, in regards to form in their last five, I mean Chelsea are fifth at the moment.
Chelsea are horrible at home as well. They're horrible at home.
Yeah,
They're better away than they are at home. They've won one at home out of the first six.
if they were to go off just home form, they would be 16th.
I've got my 13th off just home form.
The last home win they had was against Luton.
Yeah, that's right.
What was the scoring now? Was it low scoring?
3-0.
Oh, okay.
Away from
Fair
home,
enough.
Chelsea are actually pretty good. They've won 3, drawn 1, lost 1, which is with 11 goals, 5 against. That's actually
That's pretty good.
the third best in the league away from home. So they just don't like playing in front of their own fans, probably because they're getting booed all the time. But I'm gonna go. I'll take the same as Capital City 3-0.
Change it up.
I'm gonna go.
I'll go City 12-0.
Put it
change
down. Put it down.
No.
No, it's fine.
I'm already at the bottom. Don't make me fall further.
I'm gonna go 2-1 City. I see
I don't
Chelsea
see
getting a
them
goal.
scoring. It was either going to be a 3 or a 4. I don't see them scoring. Don't really rate Chelsea's attack, even though they spent billions. Or what is it? It is a billion now, isn't it? They spent on the team, right?
Yeah,
And
and
never
they
gets
gave
spoken
us Mason
about.
Mount, which is very, very kind of them. Thank you, Chelsea.
Another reject to use guys.
Steve Ryan, yeah, bring him in. Where does he play? I have no idea.
Can't just wants to go to bed and not wake up till next season. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm over watching United. Do you know what? Every time I feel myself with some sort of joy, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Today can change. Maybe we won't fucking play, but we don't. So I'm
You don't have
just.
to watch United though, Cap. You've got Open to watch and Valladolid.
I'd rather. But even them, they are.
Dijon,
Oh, it's just, yeah. I need to.
Dijon mustard.
I need to. Well, I'm gonna want to watch Oviedo Monday night, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna try give Open a watch. I think they're playing today as well. So
I'll join you on Monday night. Cap, we could do a watch along because we could have the City game on and Oviedo.
yeah, that sounds good. We can do something like that. Open play at 6:15 today as well. Multi times. So
Lovely. Put that on my calendar.
5:15 for you. Yeah, need to keep an eye on that.
Open.
Open.
All right, lads. I think we've covered pretty much all the topics. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to go through?
I'm going to save the Valladolid conversation till next week when they have the first game. So,
Nice one.
yeah,
Do you want to give the viewers a teaser? What's that about, Jonesy?
the best team in La Liga 2. Better than Real
Okay.
Oviedo.
Who are second place? But they're the best.
Wait, who's
apparently.
second place?
No.
Who's second place?
No, like your team is second place, but apparently
My
they're the
team's
best
fourth
in the
place, but
league.
they are the
Make
best
that
team.
make sense.
They are the best team, even though the fourth.
Even though they're fourth.
All right. They're better
Before-
than Oviedo anyway.
Before we leave, I got a question.
Okay, go on.
Hold on, I'm just trying to think which. All right, okay. So this question, okay, should be relatively easy. Shouldn't have to think for half an hour, Jonesy, but I'll put it out there. Okay.
Wow, that's
I'm
all
joking. Much love. Would you bring in anything that the Americans do? Okay, so halftime shows, penalties from the halfway line, goalkeeper attacks, things like that. You know how they did goalie on goalie. I personally would actually really enjoy that.
You'd enjoy a bit of goalie on goalie, you just said.
I love goalie wars.
Goalie wars.
It's
Yeah,
great.
Goalie wars looks fun. Looks solid.
It's so good. It was so good to watch.
Just
on
let the
I think
two
it's the
reserve-
MLS All-Star.
Yeah, just let the two reserve goalkeepers go at it at half time. Just to
I
do
wouldn't
that.
mind that.
I don't want it to
I'm
be
not big on you.
franchised and like, oh, you know, get your hot dog and get your hot dog here, your popcorn and all that crap. I don't want that stuff. I want just some sort of like, imagine Man City versus United in the heyday,
Goalkeeper.
right? And at half time, you had Rita Ora come on. I think it'd be cool. You could do something like that. I think it'd be cool.
No. Just keep football the same. We don't need this. I watch enough American football to know that you don't
Mate,
need
do you know how
half-time stuff.
how expensive? I know City sell theirs on uni days because they can't fill the stadium. But in
Because we're
regards to
doing stuff for
everywhere
the
else,
community.
hey,
We're doing good for the community. We don't have to charge
Yeah.
90 quid a ticket like United fans to Chinese tourists.
yet we fill
Right.
80,000 seats.
And we fill ours as well.
You can't fill out
And
your
we win
fucking small
trophies to
one.
boot as well. Do you guys win trophies recently?
Doesn't
Guys,
matter.
okay, let's
What
stop
about the
rant.
fan base, mate? Yours has only just become one in 2013, wasn't
The
it?
perfect explanation of City and United. One more thing. The
Apologise
perfect explanation
to
of
all the
City
viewers
United is
listening.
It's
I'm
all
from
right. I get
Manchester.
it. You've
I'm
been
a
a
City
football
fan.
fan for 10 years. That's it. Okay, I get
These
it.
two guys are from Brighton and Malta, and they're Man United fans. That explains the Manchester rivalry. To
My
perfection.
family's from Chester, mate. So I've got a reason.
So you
I've
should be a
lived it.
Liverpool fan then, not a fucking United
No,
fan.
Chester's closer
I
to
lived in
Man
Salford.
Chester.
You should be a Chester City fan then.
Chester. I don't think they had a fucking team at the time.
Yeah, just not
Right, does anyone have anything to bring in? Capsules, do you have anything you'd bring into the game then from the Americans?
I would like to do. I think penalties got to be taken differently. I would like to see the penalties be taken at halfway. I think that shows a lot more skill, and it's more fun to watch.
Would it just be like the goalkeeper and the penalty taker going at each other?
That's it. Yeah, the penalty taker takes it from the halfway point. The goalie can come out if they choose, but then the guy can either chip him, go around him. There's so many different
Like
things
you
you
shoot
can do.
from anywhere.
And yeah, you can shoot from halfway if you want to, but I mean, you're shooting yourself in the foot for that. But I would love it to be, yeah, you run from the halfway line and try to score. I think it'd be fun rather than just a penalty, which I do enjoy penalties. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that would be a fun difference if they were to ever implement something different to the sport.
Yeah. Well, I do have something I would add as well.
Oh no.
North versus South clubs.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's good. I like that.
Yeah,
It's got to happen. It's got to be. I draw the border like anything further south than the
London.
M25, like the top side of it, everything down.
Yeah, that's fine. So United would be on the south, right? Because all the fans are in London. Yeah.
Well, the club would be in the north, but the fans would be global.
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea. I think
I'd love to see it.
we could probably discuss in the next podcast what our combined northern team would be versus the southern
yeah.
team.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I
like
think
that.
scrap the Community Shield. No one gives a shit about the Community Shield. All right.
Because you don't win it.
Don't need to
Took
be
a
in
while.
that. If you class it as a trophy, that sums you up, doesn't it? But
No, it's not a real trophy.
that's
I
right. You
feel
can class
that
it as your trophy, as your fake treble. But
Real treble, mate.
I would like to see North versus South. I think that'd be cool. Have a fan vote of the top 11 on each side, and then they just play for charity, and then do that.
Fan-led vote for the starting 11. I really like that.
Yeah,
I think
why
that's a
not?
good idea.
Just be like, the top players from the South, top players from the North. Have a vote on the mobile, on the app, on the Twitter poll, or whatever you want to do it, and we could be the best, the best left winger or best left mid of the South.
They need to absolutely crack down on multi-accounting. You might just have like a real HubSpot of this one guy making loads of accounts
Yeah.
to get in, like, I don't know, Danny Ward plays for Leicester, but like a really crap keeper or someone. I don't know.
There's only one problem I have with the North versus South. They have it in the NFL, right? And they have the AFC versus the NFC.
Oh, do they?
It's called the Pro Bowl, right? It used to be like quite a competitive, like aggressive game where people would literally go in and tear the shit out of each other. But now it's like almost like flag football where they just, it's not competitive at all. It's just a joke, basically.
Oh, it's like touch rugby. Like,
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
But that's
I think after a couple of years it would lose that edge, and it would just basically be people don't want to get injured, a serious injury or anything, so they won't barely tackle each other. There won't be any.
But it's a good pre-season game, is it not?
it would make so much money though. Like, I would
It would make
watch
a lot
that.
of money, but it just eventually it would just die out. I think like the Pro Bowl is doing now. They're calling for the Pro Bowl to be stopped. I mean, a couple of years ago they had the Pro Bowl as a Madden tournament instead of an actual match between the two factions.
Maybe we need to draw the lines differently. Maybe we need to do East versus West.
Why?
That's what
I think that'd be
that's what
that'd be
NBA
unfair.
do, don't they? They do East versus West rather than North South.
Yeah, they do actually. I think.
But I guess their
Anyway,
country's
something
more.
like that'd be my addition, I think.
I
Jonesy?
wouldn't have halftime games back. Like we used to go to City when we were sponsored by Thomas Cook way back in the day when we had like Richard Dunn. They used to have like a big inflatable thing that would like go where the net was, and a fan would win a chance to go and win a holiday with Thomas Cook if they got so many balls
Wow.
through the hole. And it was really
Brilliant.
funny to watch people, because especially on rainy days, people like slipping on their ass and everything. It was so funny. I'd
Oh,
have that back in a
that must
heartbeat
have
if we
been
could have that one.
so nice to see one of your club legends, Richard Dunn, do that.
It wasn't players. Players weren't doing it, Cap. It was fans. I think Richard Dunn needed a grand to on holiday with Thomas Cook at the time. He's probably on about 30 grand a week with us.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Well, let us know down below, guys, in the comment section. If you're on Spotify, head over to YouTube. Let us know down below what you would add to the game from America. Guys, do you have anything else?
Was there
I think
anything else
that's
in the
it.
topics? Were we good?
I think we're good. So thank you, everyone, for listening to our episode 3 of All Around Sorare. And we'll see you guys very, very soon.
Check us out on Spotify and make sure to rate us 5-star, lads. Thank you very much.
Cheers.